Good morning, Hastings. Happy Valentine's Day. It is Saturday, February 14th, and wow, it looks like we have an absolutely beautiful day ahead of us. So let's dive right into what you can expect with a little help from our friends at hastingsnow.com. That really paints a picture, doesn't it? A crisp, bright Valentine's Day morning. You can almost feel that cool air and just picture the sun starting to sparkle on the Mississippi. What a perfect way to start the day.
So, what does that February magic actually mean for our weather today? Okay, let's get into the nitty-gritty with your full forecast.
Get ready for this. The high for today is 51 degrees. Yeah, you heard that right. 51. That is just wonderfully mild for the middle of February in Minnesota, so you're definitely going to want to get out there and enjoy some of that sunshine.
But of course, this is Minnesota, and that warmth doesn't exactly stick around after the sun goes down. Tonight's low is going to dip all the way back down to 29 degrees. So, yeah, be ready for a pretty big temperature swing today.
So here's how the day is going to shake out. We're starting off at a chilly 28 degrees early this morning, but then we climb all the way up to that sunny 51 in the afternoon. You'll notice just a gentle wind shift, nothing too crazy. Then, as we cool back down to 29 overnight, the skies are going to turn partly cloudy, a classic Minnesota day for sure.
All right, so with a forecast like that, how do you actually plan for it? Let's talk strategy, from that morning coffee run all the way through to whatever you've got planned for this evening.
You know the drill, right? The key to a day like this is all about the layers. You'll definitely want that warm coat for the morning chill. But by the time we hit that 51-degree peak this afternoon, a lighter jacket is going to be perfect. And here's a pro tip. If you're heading out for the evening, just toss that warmer layer in the car. You'll be so glad you have it when the temperature starts to drop. Oh, and one more thing you are absolutely not going to want to forget, your sunglasses. Seriously. With all this sunshine, that glare coming off the Mississippi can be surprisingly intense. It's one of those little things that'll make a huge difference in your day. All right, time for a little local humor to wrap up the weather. It's pretty true though, isn't it? That is quite the temperature swing. I think we're all masters of the quick wardrobe change around here. So while we're making our own plans for this beautiful February 14th, let's take a quick look back. It turns out this date has been pretty significant throughout history. Not just around the world, but right here in Minnesota, too. This is pretty fascinating stuff. Way back in 1833, William Watts Folwell, the very first president of the University of Minnesota, was born. His influence is still all over the state. Then, you fast forward to 1876. A huge day for technology, right? That's when Alexander Graham Bell submitted his patent for the telephone. And then, in 1912, we welcomed a new state to the map when Arizona officially became number 48. So we've covered today's weather and we've looked at yesterday's history. And that brings us right back to now. With such a gorgeous day on top, the only question left is what's going to make this February 14th a memorable one for you, right here in Hastings. And that's your Hastings Day in a nutshell. A huge thank you to hastingsnow.com for all the great local info, and of course to the National Weather Service for the data. Just a quick reminder for any urgent alerts, always check with official NWS sources. We hope this helped you plan your day. And hey, if it did, maybe share it with a neighbor. Have a fantastic Valentine's Day, Hastings.